right, guys, listen in real quick. This is Coach UV with the Unique Trading Group, and we have a unique trade alert. Listen, pay attention. 5-minute time frame, okay? All right, Momentum Scalp. It's about to be Power Hour. What are we waiting on? Okay, you can see my screen. All right, we have race theory. That's right, race theory. That is RACE. All right, race. What does that stand for? Well, it stands for range, auction, control, and execution. That's what it stands for. Okay, so now that you know that, all right, we have this information in front of us. Okay, range, all right, range, auction, control, all right, range, auction, execution, and control. That's what we have, and we're inside of this race track, which is a road. Okay, now if you know anything about a road, then you know that right here, okay, in the middle of the road while you're traveling on the highway or the street in your local neighborhood, all right, this is a white line in between, correct? Yes, all right, work with me, guys. And you also know that the lines on the outside, you know, where you can slide off on the curve, you know, get into a wreck possibly if you get off of these lines. All right, these lines are yellow lines. Okay, guys, work with me here. All right, you get that? It's a roadmap, a race theory, right? Range, we're inside of this range. It's upward range, right? It's parallel channel, all right? Range, auction, control, and execution, all right? Range, auction, control, execution. And what do you have? Right now, we're in the slow lane on this roadmap. This is the slow lane in the roadmap. This is the fast lane. Once we hit the bottom, all right, we get off of the highway. Get on back to the highway after we get off. We get back on the highway, right? We have to accelerate, right? And then we end up slowing down again once we come up to a traffic light or another exit, right? We exit, get off, go back to the same highway frequency thing, the roadmap we're talking about, okay? We're inside there, we're bouncing back to the midway point. This is the midway point in the race theory, right? And then we retest back that midway point once we break down. We retest it, and right now we're creating a higher low. Ironically, right here at 651.37. That's right, 651.37. All right, 650 was a place where we struggled from a lot. You know, we even got up above and came back down, right? But if 650 can turn into demand, a place of support, we can retest these highs inside of our roadmap, our race theory. Remember, slow lane, fast lane. Once it gets above this midway point, 663, all right? 663, a break of this line right here would be a simple line break, and I want to take the trade. Notice that it's 3 o'clock, right? The move hasn't happened all day. We went up and came all the way back down. This for us to do the same thing we did the previous day while we were sleeping. At the market, post-market, we shot up, right? Possibly what could happen. You're not going to get that big move during the daytime, right? And we could possibly fall back down, all right, to retest some of these highs, all right? But you need to understand the context of what you're trading, period, all right? You need to know the setup you're taking and risk, okay? Tomorrow's PPI, all right? And so there's a chance that this overhead resistance can turn into something real strong, and we can retrace right back down to 648, right? Or even 644, 645, all right? These are areas where we could fall back to, right? That could possibly be a place of dip, but we got to play it as we see it throughout the day as a day trader. Other than that, right now, we are forming a higher low, and we could possibly retest these highs before going lower. I wanted you guys to see that race theory, all right? Remember these price levels I'm giving you, okay? 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, all right? It's power hour. If you get into a trade anticipating to hold it with time on your contract, all right? I've already given out swing trades alerts inside of the group. It was 650 calls, all right? It was 650 calls September 19th inside of the Discord here. You guys can actually see on the 8th, all right? Trade idea, SPY, 650 calls, September 19th expiration, okay? I gave out the levels, price, the premium you can make, and I also gave out some commentary, okay? All right, SPY was trading around 647, 646 with a retest of 650. It's a volatility setup, all right? Playing a bounce and pushing to resistance. The same as the one we're doing right now, all right? The same as we're doing now. Stay disciplined. All right. I told them guys that we were trading the move into 650, not marrying the contract. So it got to 651, 652 pre-market. We woke up to higher prices today, and I shaved off some profits. Why? Because we reached our target. All right. We reached our target. All right. And that's what it's about. Okay. That's what it's about. Now let's get back to the chart. All right. To finish this off here. Okay, remember what I said, we're on a smaller time frame, and we're going to see some action coming in tomorrow with the PPI. So it's going to be really interesting to see if we can get some flush back down here, right, to get all of these buyers who are taking their profits here. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see where we end up tomorrow. But as of right now, I am still bullish, and I am expecting some discounts. I am expecting some pullbacks. Okay, guys, thank you for watching this commentary on SPY. All right. Until the next time, peace.